In this project, we will learn how we can return atom links in our web service response. And as you know that these atom links are used by client to access the resource to which these atom links are pointing. So to do that, let me create the project. I'm naming it as HATEOAS, and let's call it HATEOAS 1 because I will show you what are the different ways of returning these atom links. So I'm naming it as HATEOAS 1. Click on finish. Now next thing I will do is I will copy my existing codes from the response codes project that we developed earlier, so that I'm not writing the same thing again and again. So I will just copy this entire thing, copy and paste it here. Also, as you know that you will have to copy the JAX-RS jars in the class path. So I will copy these jars. Okay, so we have copied all the existing code. Now the first thing that you will have to do to make sure that your web service returning is an atom links is of course that you will have to add that atom link in your Java bean. So to do that, you will add this variable list of link. Let's give it a name. Let's call it links, and let's create the object of it. Import the packages java.util, and for link javax.ws.rs.core. Now create the getter and setter functions. Now we will have to annotate this element. So first of all, of course, you will add this XML element annotation. Apart from that, you will have to add XML Java type adapter annotation. XML Java type adapter. Let's import the package javax.xml.bind.annotation.adapters. This package you will import, and you will have to give the class name which will help you to do this marshalling and unmarshalling, and that class is link.jaxpadapter. Link is the enclosing class here, jaxpadapter.class. Now that we have modified our Java bean and we have included the list of link which will be our atom XML, our next step will be to create a template for that atom XML. To do that, let me create a utility class here, new class, and I will call it as URI utility. And in this class, I will create a function which will return me the template of the link. This template is nothing but an instance of URI builder class, URI builder, and let's name the function as get template. Import the package. It should be small URI builder. Okay, now import the package. So let's create this object. For now I will keep the value as null, and this function is returning this URI builder. And to populate this object, you will call static class of URI builder, static function of the URI builder class called from path. This creates a new instance representing the relative URI initialize from the URI that we are giving here. So I will just take this URI, and since our project name is HATEOAS1, so let's modify it HATEOAS1, and then we will have to give roll number as a parameter. So as you can see that this URI has everything except host and port number. So those things we will have to add like this. So you got this URI builder. Now add in this URI builder object, add URI builder dot scheme, which is HTTP in our case, and then URI builder dot host, which in our case is localhost. In production you will not have to add port separately because your host will be like www.something.com, but here since we have not defined a domain name, so and we are using the port in the URI itself, so we will have to add the port also, and in our case it is 8080. So now that we have object of URI builder class having the URI template, let us write a function to get the actual URI. So this function is returning the URI and I'm calling it as get URI, and in this function you will have to give the values in the template. So all the things will remain same except that the roll number is a dynamic thing which you have to pass in this template. So this will be an integer roll number. So first of course call this function to get the template. URI builder is equal to get template. If you want to reuse this template, it is always a good idea to create a clone of it. So I will create a clone of this template. Let's call it clone URI builder, and clone you can create by calling the clone method, and then we will build the actual URI by calling the build method, and in that build method I will pass this roll number. URI, and this will return the instance of URI class, and then you return URI. So your get template method created the template, and get URI method is returning the actual URI. Okay, well, I see that I have declared them as private, which is wrong. I mean, these are methods, public methods, which will be used by other class. I don't know what I was thinking when I wrote here as private. Anyway, so now let's go to this student register.java, and here, as you know, that get student details takes roll number as the input and returns the details of that roll number. What we want to achieve here is that apart from returning the details of that roll number, this function should also return a link to the next roll number. So to do that, let's define the variable for next roll number, and obviously it should be roll number plus 1. And also you will like to define the list of links, and let's name it links equals to new array list link semicolon. Also you will need this URI class, so let me define an instance of this class, and for now I'm giving it the value as null. So you got the student map. Now we will return the link of next roll number only if there is a record. If there is no record for next roll number, then we should not return any value for the link. So let's put an if condition here, saying that if this is null for next roll number, if this is null for next roll number, sorry, if this is not null for next roll number, then we will create the link here, and if it is null, then just set the student links as null. So let's say it is not null. In that case, first we will get the URI. So we have that utility already in URI utility class, get URI, and here you will give the next roll number. So you got the URI. Then you will have to build the link with the help of this URI. So link equals to link dot, you will call the from URI function, and whatever URI you got here, you will put here. So this will create the URI. Next is you will have to define a logical name using the rel function, and here you can define any name. I am defining it as next, and also you will define the media type, application XML, and then build this. So this will create the link. You will add this link in the list of links that we created. So links.add, add this link, and then set this value in student object. So now you see that if there is any record for the next roll number, we create a link and update this student object. You will see that when the response is returned, this student object may or may not have a link depending on whether there is any record for the next roll number or not. So now let's clean build this project. We'll have to first add this project to server. Clean build, start. So we have deployed this project HATEOAS 1. I will call the service. Let's say I'm giving the roll number as 2. You see that I got a response, and I also got a link for the details of roll number 3. If I use this link and send it again, you see that I got a response, and I also get a link for next roll number, which is roll number 4. I know that in my file I have 12 records. So if I give this as 12 and send the request, you see that I don't get any link, because total number of records are just 12 and there is no record for roll number 13. So you can see that by your web service you are returning a link for the next resource state. This is a simple example for HATEOAS implementation.